All right, time to get going here. Back at it again. Let me turn on this webcam. There we go. We are rolling now. All right, so let's zoom in a little bit here. Let's make this a little more stream friendly. Then let me turn on my sword tracking software. There we go. All right, so back at it. Tonight, planning on doing more refactoring, refactoring the whole game really. And I'm currently working on the multi-tower selection. So let's see here. Cursor or touches on towers. We've got a hover effect there, that's pretty basic. And then if the touch or left mouse button is down, trigger once. Start or reset the timer, tower upgrade held. And then separately, if the cursor touches on towers, if that timer is over 1 second, and if the variable multiple towers selected is false, then make it true. So because of the variable check, that should also only organically occur just once. Then separately, again, if the cursor touches on towers, then if the touch or left mouse button is released and the timer, I can't even talk tonight. If the timer is less than a second, then trash the whole thing. Pause the timer and reset it. Reset it and then pause it specifically. What else? Touch or left mouse button is released. Could also maybe do a check in there to see. I'll need to do something to help reset the multi-tower selection. So probably let's just collapse that whole thing. It looks like my camera's glitching again. Can't wait to get a new video card for this. All right, so we're going to do cursor or touch. Is not on, oh no, that's the wrong object. Is not on towers. And if we could maybe make this the right button, because I know sometimes if you try to click on so like you click on the tower and then opens up some other buttons for you to click on. But then if you accidentally click in between the buttons, I don't want that to cancel out the whole thing, but if you right click, you can cancel it out. Touch or right mouse. I guess if you're playing on mobile, this would cancel it out, but that's what you get for playing on mobile. Then we will, if the cursor or touch is not on the towers, and then I guess we'll also check the variable value. of multiple towers selected. So if it's true, we'll set it to false. Set that to false. All right, that should, let's run a quick test here. All right, let me shrink the preview down a little bit. And over here, we're gonna check the scene, oh dang it. Check the scene variables. And so this one right here is what we're looking at, right here. And it's currently false. So I build a tower, refresh, it's still false, that's good. So I should now be able to hold the button down. So 1 whole second. There we go. We got a couple of comments here. Refresh. The variable's true. Now I should be able to right click, refresh, and it went back to false. So that is good. So, all right, progress. Go ahead and save. So this will be, let me comment it. Reset multiple tower selection to false. Okay. That works for now. That works. So let's see. What we need then is we need an interface, a UI for upgrading the tower. And I have some ideas, but I think I might need to sketch these out. So let's try. Might just do a placeholder for the moment. Let's go to level, add new object, a sprite. And let's just use, this is going to be called UI tower, what do you want to call it? Tower selection? Something like that. And then if I swap the assets, actually, you know what? That's fine. Let me think. Because I wanted this to be in like multiple parts. If anything, it would need to be, I think, an octagon, which there isn't one. So, tell you what, let me just... kind of want to get into this because I would like to go and just start using actual assets as I go forward. So let's play around here with it. So basically take this, flip it. What does it need to be flipped? 24 degrees? Octagon. $45. No, that's not correct at all. In fact, it seems to be exactly half of 45, so I think I was close. I'd need to do 22.5. Unfortunately, I don't think I can do fractions of degree rotations here in Canva. So that will have to suffice. But basically what I'm kind of thinking is it's going to be like maybe these are too big. Shrink them down a bit. This is kind of a bad setup. But I would put them in a circle around the main. Very roughly like that. They would be more aligned and pretty, of course. Might not even be octagons. Then so you click on the tower once. These all pop out. So really this one wouldn't be here, I guess. It's terrible, but yeah, I mean, it'd be basically like this, but what I was kind of thinking is you would then pick so if like one of these was how would I do it in the other setup? I think I had like arcane up here, then like fire, blood tower, holy, then there was probably earth, then water, and ice, and then just a dark gray for the moon. So there would really be like 2 of each of these, because there are going to be alternate modes. So you click on the tower once, this pops up. You click on one of these, and I guess 2 others could pop out. Or to reduce the number of clicks that you have to make, it could be more like, actually, let me go back to elements here. So 8-point star. And send that to the back. So instead of that, if you're upgrading, if you have upgrades available, in other words, the alternate fire modes, then instead of having a single, you probably have like 2 smaller ones at each spot. But it could get pretty kind of cluttered. You know what I mean? So now if I took this, so now you're gonna have those all the way over here. And those would be red. Paste it again, angle it, you're gonna have what, blue? Then up here, orange. Then, what, holy, so yellow, and green. Then up top, arcane, purple, or magenta, whatever it is. So yeah, I mean, I guess that's kind of what it would look like with an icon inside each one. So all right, so I would need a couple of different checks for this. So what I'm thinking is, let me I think this would be determined based on just a global variable to see if the alternate fire mode has been unlocked. So let me plug those in. Global variables. Ooh, we don't have any yet. All right. Nice and clean. All right. Global, we will say global towers alternate unlocked, and then we'll just go down the list. So like arcane, and in fact, let me copy a lot of this. And that will be a Boolean. So arcane, moon, Buster Moon, holy, as a Boolean, blood, of course. And I'm gonna update the text over here. There we go. Let's see, tower, so arcane, moon, holy blood, earth, and water. Ice. Water. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We need fire. Okay. So we've got those. Let's see, can I put those in alphabetical order? Arcane, blood, earth, fire, HI, so holy and ice, moon and water. All right, there we go. G, towers, alternate, unlocked, arcane, blood, earth, fire, holy, ice, moon, water. Got it. Apply. Let's go ahead and save some progress here. All right, and then, yeah, again, for the UI tower selection, maybe for this initial thing, let me just get like an 8-sided star. So let me add a page here. Go to the elements. See what we have here. No, not recently used. We want 8-point star. Let's see what we have to work with here. That's garbage. Graphics. Garbage. That would actually make a decent tileable sprite, but I'm not going to use that. I don't know. I'm not really feeling any of these, to be honest. What could we do with it? What could we do with it? It's already duotone. Well, I don't know, and honestly, I don't want to spend too much time on this. Let me just go back to a more basic thing. Let's see, what size do I need? I think I need... So I want to get it as close as possible to what I'll use in the game. Maybe 350. Just stick that on the upper left. And then from there, what was I doing? Click on it, edit. I think these just kind of adjust the color. As far as the color, I kind of like the idea of using sort of a gold, but I would like it to be not just a single color. I guess that's just kind of what I work with when it's like this. Let's try... Let's just try putting this in the game. Let's go with transparent background. And let's do... I guess the full size. All right. Then let's do GIMP real quick. Real quick like. Happy Juneteenth, everybody. Happy Juneteenth. This country, am I right? All right, let's go ahead and crop to content. And then, yeah, I'll just export this. So is that still... It's actually coming in at about 350 by 350, which was what I intended. So let's export. In fact, let's overwrite the original. So that is coming in at... what is it coming in? It's coming in at 21 kilobytes. It's not too horrible. To be honest, it looks a little bit big on my screen. So I'm going to see if I can reduce it in GIMP without it looking too bad. It might look worse. Because I think it's a vector image in Canva, but I think in GIMP this is just a PNG, so it's a raster image. All right, image, scale. Probably 200 would suffice. 350 is a bit Interpolation. Do I want interpolation? Scale. Let's try that. No, it looks pretty bad, to be honest. All right, let's go back to Canva. But I'll just go ahead and export it as 200. Or actually, I'll resize it to 200. And then, there we go. Let's get rid of this one altogether. Image, crop to content, Control-Shift-E. Actually, just overwrite. Boom. All right. Let's go in here. Let's select the asset. In the singular, open, apply. In fact, let's go back in here and edit the points real quick. The points look good. But I think saying the center is at 100.5. That's odd. Well, let's do that then, I guess. 100.5. I don't like that. But whatever. Could put just a small glow on this thing. And if I drag that out, it's about that size, which if I put that over a tower, that's probably about right. And then all the buttons are out around that. All right, so let's try something here. Let's do... I should probably go ahead and put this into a group. I'll call it tower selection buttons. Or maybe tower selection UI, because it itself is not really a button. Okay, create. Then when we do click on a tower, so let me think. Let's go back to the tower itself. Variables, ID. Let me think, because I'm doing things a little bit differently than I did before. So click on a tower. I guess I can still do this. So if I add being upgraded as a Boolean, then I think I want to add tower type. And that would also be a number. And essentially, And you basically just need to write down an arbitrary list of what I want these numbers to be. So, for example, arcane, actually it would be more like basic would be 1. I guess if I just go in alphabetical order, I can always remember. Arcane 2, Blood 3, and so on. So, yeah, alphabetical is good. Easier for my pea-brain to remember. Pretty quiet in the house tonight, but I guess it makes it, I guess I have no excuses if I can't focus, right? Well, if y'all are out there listening, I hope you're having a good evening, wherever you are, whatever you're working on. Just know that you are doing all right. Hang in there. Being upgraded. All right. In tower type, yeah. All right, so apply, and then, so if we go to towers upgrade, I might also need tower, so tower building active. That's so tower building. I think that's for the initial building. So tower building initial active. This would be tower building upgrade active. Multiple towers selected. All right. Wait, why is this here? Why is this here? Who put this here? Oh yeah, it was me. If the cursor touches on the towers, if I disable this, does it still play as expected? I guess I need to look at the actual debugger. Let's try this again. Try this again. All right, refresh. Scene variables. Gonna look at this guy right here, see if it turns true. Refresh, it's still false, which is good. Hold down. Refresh. Oh no. Oh no. So that means this stuff wasn't working as intended? So just basically out here all by itself. Left key is pressed. Oh. Left key is pressed and the timer tower upgrade held is greater than 1. Change the variable. So keys pressed, timer greater than 1. Okay. But I thought I got this message. Let me double check. I thought I got it. The message should be variable upgraded question mark. Yeah. So then why would this be false? Tower building upgrade active. Oh, you know what? Because that's the wrong variable. It is working as intended. Things working as intended is such a rarity around here that it always surprises me. And then I spend time debugging a non-bug. Although I'm not sure why I had left this other code over here. Tower build indicator. It should not be over here. Tower upgrade held. Oops, that seems to be incomplete. It could even conflict with this other area, so I'm going to delete that and save. Then see, what else we could do here is to get the single tower upgrade working. So multiple towers selected true. We could use that as a check as well. So if touch or left mouse button is released. So cursor touches on towers, touch or left mouse button is released, and the timer is less than 1. What we would do is let's do a sub event here. So we'll do a check for something like this. And I guess we could do an object variable check. So if being upgraded is false, towers variable, set that to true. If the tower is not already being upgraded, activate upgrade status. If the variable is false, set it to true. So I think what I want to do is something like a generic check with no real conditions, but it'll just be what will it be? I'll double check the scene variables here. Tower building upgrade active. So we're going to use those. So if tower building upgrade active is true, and then from there we'll check if we're doing multiple towers at once or not. So let's do another variable check. Multiple towers selected. If multiple towers are selected, then we're going to create an object. Actually, let's just select this. Create that, and we're just going to do this somewhere like for right now, let's just say scene window center. This will have to be on the UI layer. The reason I say for now is because I want a visual distinction for myself for troubleshooting. If this variable is false, let's go ahead and invert that. Then we're going to create the thing at could just do it at cursor X and cursor Y. And let's see, maybe a trigger once. Might need something stronger though. Okay, let me double check my logic here. So did I even put anything in here to help that to actually spawn? So if the scene variable tower building upgrade active is true. So do I ever actually set that to active? Tower building upgrade active. George, what is going on, bro? How's your Friday going? Just having a chill, quiet evening over here, working on my game. Awesome. Hope your week's been all right. That is like music to my ears. Congratulations on the half day. What's the Oh, gotcha. Gotta go pick up your daughter from kindergarten. Is that like summer school for them? What's their school season like? And what was the variable I was looking for here? I was looking for tower building upgrade active. They don't have anything. It's basically... Oh, gotcha. It's all day, all year. Wow. Yeah, I mean, that's... that's pretty nice for the parents, huh? I mean, hopefully the kids like it too. That's when school is still, like, kind of fun, I think. Before they really have to think about... I mean, I don't know. I can't even speak for Korean school, but over here I don't think they have any real kind of homework at all. Tower building upgrade active. We're going to set that to true. And probably what I could do here is also do a check. Maybe I'll just run this first and see if anything happens. Okay, it did. I'll show that on screen here too. So if I build the tower, click on it, I get a star right at the cursor location. And then around that, I would have those other buttons to click. So that works as intended. So what I need to do is a couple things. I need to be able to cancel that out. And then to also check for if multiple towers are being selected. So... what's the best way to do this? I know right here I said just put it at the center. I'll need to figure out the best UI solution here as well. Alright, so where else am I activating this? I think it was... Let's copy that. Multiple towers selected to true. And then probably right here. So let's see if that works at all. So we might end up getting two things here. Oh, no, there we go. So if I hold it down, we get it in the center for multiple tower selection. But if I just click on it real quick, I get it at the cursor. So it is just, there is a distinction. So hold the click, boom. So I'll need to think about what I want to do here, but I might still have it spawn at the cursor location, but activate like a glow effect or something, an outline on all of the selected towers. And then what else I'll need is, and I might not need this here, but I'm going to do a check for the number of objects. just to make sure, if the number of object instances on the scene is not greater than, so in other words, is less than or equal to 0, and then it'll do this thing. Alright. So this is create the UI. Save. Alright. I think I'm good with this. So if the cursor or touch is not on the towers, I think I need to do a couple of things here. So if the variable multiple towers selected is true, change that to false. Then if this variable is true, we're going to set that to false. Upgrade active. And then we're going to take this. We're going to say if the number is greater than 0. And then we're going, actually we need to get the group. So if the number of tower selection UI is greater than 0, delete the object. Oops. Let's see if that works. So that should be on a right click. Build some towers. Let's do a single click. Now if I right click out here, single click, right click. Okay, so it kind of works. There's still some buggy stuff going on. Let's see what the bug is. Click once. Actually, it'd be easiest if I checked the scene variables while I do this. Refresh. Scene variables. All right, we've got multi-tower selection is false, which is good. Tower building upgrade is active is true, which is good. So now if I, and then we have one of those objects. So now if I come out here and I right click, it deleted the thing, the star, and then refresh, and that went to false. So now if I click on a tower again and refresh, it went back to true. I come out here again and right click, goes away. False. Click on a tower again. Now we don't get a star. So that's the part I don't understand. Let's look into that. So if I run that, build the towers. So once, twice, oop, not even twice. All right. Once, twice. So sometimes it works once, sometimes twice, but then no more times after that. Oh, you know what it might be? I think I know what it is. I think it's an object variable. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think if I go in order, I could just keep making a star on each of these, but not on the previous ones. It's that object variable. All right, so let's reset that as well. Let's do this too. Let's see if this fixed it. Does not seem to have fixed it. What? Let me see here. Oh, you know what? You know what? It would help if I actually did the thing I was trying to do. So if the variable is true, we need to change it to false. Let's be smart about things here. Variable. I thought I did this though. What did I do? I have no idea. There we go. All right. Not too bad, not too bad. Got just a few minutes left here. All right, what do I want to do with this? Let's do... all right, so when we select multiple towers, what we're actually trying to do is select all of the same tower types so that we can perform an action on all of them. So for example, if you're selecting a basic tower and you're upgrading all towers, you're really upgrading all basic towers at the same time. Or select all arcane towers at the same time. But you wouldn't have a mix and match of all of them. Because I think the only common thing you could do with a mix and match is destroying them. Because I'm not allowing to back upgrade. I'm not allowing downgrades. I'm only allowing upgrades or deletion. So that's where that variable comes into play. So this multi-action. So we're setting Multiple towers selected to true. All right, so right here, we will need to capture let me think. The tower type in a scene variable. So this will be tower building type, and that will be a number. So that will actually just be an upgrade of the variable value directly. Tower building type is set to towers dot tower type. All right, so let's say if I go to scene variables and I default this to 999, apply. Let's run a let's see, a preview. Refresh this, go to scene variables. Tower building type is 999. Now I select. So the towers, if I refresh this, if I look at those, the tower type is 0. So now if I hold down and activate multi-tower selection, boom, when I refresh this should go to 0, which it did. So what I could do from there is select all towers with that ID. So I need to add a different effect on these things just to give me a visual indicator. Not sure if I'll keep it. It could even be a tint, I don't know. But let's try a glow. And this can be a bigger glow. So we'll say add 2D effect. This will be glow. Glow multi-select. Something like this, and apply. Then when we go in here, so if the variable tower building upgrade active is true, and the variable multiple towers selected is true, I think I need a sub event here that's actually a for each. For each towers, if variable tower type is equal to the scene variable. And then we'll also do a check for the effect itself. So towers effect. If this is already false. So let's invert that. Then we'll enable it. Effect property. No. Enable an object effect. Yes. Okay, and then again, we'll do a check for that effect. So let's copy that, paste it up here, but we'll undo the invert. If it is enabled, then we will disable it. Let's save and let's give this a run. So now, if there are multiple tower, why is it? Oh, you know what? It's pretty weird. That's because I need to make sure that when the towers are initially created, that the effect is disabled. Like that. All right, here we go. All right, so now hopefully, boom. It shows that they're all enabled. Whoa. Oh, that's weird. I think I'm not resetting the timer. It's working well, but it's working too well. Okay. Right click. Okay, so when you right click, we need to reset that timer. Which I thought was done here, but I guess not. Grab these. And move them down here. Let's try this now. Okay, now when I right click, it goes away. There we go. Hold it down again. It did not give me the multi. It's giving me the single. I'll probably also change this so that you can immediately just click to a different tower instead of having to right click. Okay, so something with the multi isn't letting me run it again. I guess I should check the variables here. I guess that's what we're doing, Corey. If you want to make a game someday. Refresh. And yeah, just a couple of minutes left here. Scene variables. Obviously everything's set to false. Building type is 999. Let's go ahead and do multi. What is going on here? I think I've got a conflicting event in here. Because it was working, now it's not really working at all. Scene variables. Hold down. Okay, well, we got the initial one. So refresh over here. So building upgrade active, multiple towers selected. The type is set to 0, which is correct. Let's cancel it all out. Refresh. False, false. Oh, that's actually staying at 0, but I guess that's fine. Then okay, so let's see if we can get it to trigger again. It said hold started, but it's not going through with the multi-selection. My week's going pretty well, man. Yeah, it's been busy. I've had today off because of Juneteenth here, which I don't really deserve the day off for that holiday, but I'm glad that I have some coworkers who get the day off for it. And yeah, it's been going pretty well. Working on upgrading a bedroom here at the house, so making some good progress on that. Yeah, I can't complain. It's been busy, and you know how it is, but really can't complain. So it's been nice. And one day left for me, so then it's the holiday. I think we're gonna do some maybe some salt crystal digging nearby. Should be fun. Yeah, appreciate you asking. Do you have any big weekend plans at all? And I'm gonna see if I can figure this bug out. All right, so close that. All right, we are not getting... Let me see if I'm getting the multi-select consistently at least. Hold down. There it goes. Hold down. No, okay. Only getting it once. Alright, what would make it only able to trigger once? So if the variable is true, if the number of these things is less than or equal to 0, really not quite sure here. Refresh, scene variables. Build a couple of towers, refresh, hold it down, refresh. Now we've got upgrade active, multi-selected, and the ID is correct. Let's cancel it out, refresh. These all look good. So let me check the object variables for the towers. Being upgraded, false. Being upgraded, false. Really not sure. How interesting. It's a sneaky little bug here. Hey, code. Yeah, no worries at all, man. I didn't really give anyone much of a heads up tonight, so it's not your fault. Doing pretty well. Um, just chatting with George here. He's got like 2 minutes left for his entire work week now, so uh, he's in pretty good shape. Just working on some tower selection stuff here. Yeah, have you been, Code? Doing all right, man? Let's see, what variable could be stopping the... Maybe it's the timer. It could be a timer thing, because that was not showing up as... Let me check here. So if the cursor touches on the... is not on the towers, and you right-click, which is what I'm doing. I'm clearing it and then pausing it. Then up here, if the cursor or touch is on the towers, I mean, you would think this would start it over. Timer, tower upgrade held. Just sorting out your daughter prom stuff. Oh man, when is that? Then if the left mouse button is released, it clears it and pauses it again. Let's try this. It's got to be something with the timer. You're 1000% crying if your daughter grows up and brings a boy as a prom date. And the prom is today. She's now done with school. Jeez. Man, well, congratulations to her. That's kind of crazy. What do you think about that? Are you 1000% crying too? She has a date, long term. And they want to spend the night in a hotel together. Oh, yeah? Like just them? Or like... Are y'all traveling for the prom? I think I need to do something here. Let me check something here. Just them. Well, hopefully they stay safe. Well, George was saying his girl's in kindergarten, so I guess I still have a ways out, right? All right, let's try this. Let's do I just want a little thing to show me. We'll call it. Let's make that white. A little bit bigger. Then, oh, prom is at the hotel. Yeah, George, that's gonna be a crazy day, huh? I don't blame you. And yeah, Code, I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, just safety is what matters, right? I don't really understand, because, like, I grew up in a pretty restrictive religion, which I'm no longer really a part of, or not really a part of. But it's like they have, like, this obsession with what they call, like, true love weights and stuff. And they're really just obsessed with their kids' status, whether or not they've, you know, done all of those things they think that a young adult shouldn't be doing. And it's almost like obsessively, it's almost creepily obsessive. And I don't know why they're so obsessed with it. When really what matters is, you know, once if you're of age and you're safe, the safety is what matters. Obviously, pregnancy is a thing that needs to be thought about, but that's why education needs to happen. Yeah, they say have to be married first. Have to be married first, have to be an adult. But then it's like, depending on which religion specifically, it comes down to like a whole bunch of things. Are they in your religion? It gets very fundamentalist or whatever. It's not really about anything that matters. It's like checking a list. Yeah, I'm just putting in the multi-tower selection, tower selection, and multi-tower selection. And I'm almost done with the basic setup. And I don't really have that much longer tonight because I've got an early workday tomorrow. But at the moment, I was just putting in a text object to display the value of a timer. So I'm going to plug that in here real quick. Let's do something down here at the bottom, I think. What did I call it? Oh, geez, I better go get the timer name. Right there. think that's too many apostrophes. That should do the trick. It's going to run every frame, but let's just see what happens for now. Okay, yeah, it should go up to about a second. And it does reset. That's good. Now, something's not letting it trigger again, so that seems to be part of the problem. That's good. That's helpful. So right down here, so right click, and then pause the timer. Actually, I need to consolidate these two. Might as well go ahead and do that. Might as well go ahead and do that. Let's do a blank one here. That's going to be touch, right mouse button released. And then these need to be a sub event there. Maybe delete timer as it's created upon starting. Kind of like this. You got it. You're a genius. Obviously, I'll need to work out any bugs involved here, but basically what's happening, yeah, instead of reset and pause, oh yeah, that would work too. That would actually be way more efficient. Let's try that. So we could need to delete it there. And here. See if that still works. Cool. Yeah, that works pretty well. So now it's like you can do your standard tower selection and it'll, at the moment, it's spawning the upgrade UI right at the cursor. And then just for my own clarity right now, if it's a multi-tower selection, after holding for a second, it's going to put the UI upgrade here in the middle, and it's going to highlight all of the towers. But for now, that just tells me that it's working. So, oops. Let's go ahead and save this. And then I just need to finish merging these things together. So I just need a new sub event here, and to move this glow thing down here. And this thingy goes here. There we go. Just a little bit cleaner. So this will be to basically clear tower selections. All right. Yeah, it's pretty good, pretty good. It's 11:30 here. So, I mean, honestly, I'm feeling pretty good tonight. This gave me some pretty good infrastructure for proceeding with the game. You know, getting it back to where it was. I didn't even have this in the other game, to be honest. It was such a spaghetti mess that putting this in would have been really tough. So I'm in good shape here. This is a big piece of what I wanted to fix in the other game that I really couldn't have done very well. So as simple as it is, it's in this game, and I'm happy with that. But I am going to have to call it quits here. I'm sorry you couldn't hop on earlier, but I am glad you hopped on. Appreciate it very much. So good luck. I hope your daughter had a great prom. And George, I don't know if you're still on, but good luck picking up your daughter from kindergarten. Two ends of the spectrum there. So yeah, till next time. In Code, I'll be chatting with you in Discord here soon too. I'd be interested in seeing some of the events for the tower selections, if you'd be interested in digging into that with me. Because now that I'm getting towers that can actually be fully implemented, I'm getting to the point where tower selection will be a thing. And happy Juneteenth, everybody. It looks like my camera froze up too. Yep, I froze. Gotta love that. Anyways, I'll catch you all later. Whatever you're working on, I hope you have fewer bugs than I do. And I'll catch you next time. Thanks.